Talking table, talking phone. Who's safe, who's gone? Red shirt on my chest, no side in my blood. Every stat, every sub, we break it down, we love it. BB gets good, turn it up loud. Chatting all day, we're vibing with the crowd. Premier League talk, we ride for us now. From London fields to every living room around the world. Around the world. Late game, West Coast, NBA on the stream. Crossover, step back, we're shouting at the screen. Then Monday comes fast, minutes on, big hits. NFL on the slate, we're picking every blitz. BB plays good, turn it up loud. Chatting all night, we're vibing with the crowd. Premier League talk, we ride for Arsenal, then we switch time zones. Hoops and Sunday backs against the wall. Some Sunday backs against the wall. From North Bank dreams to courtside seats to cold weather fields, we feel every beat. Same crew, same chat, same laughing, same heat. Different ball, same love every game, every week. Whoa. BBK's good, turn it up loud. Chatting all day, we're vibing with the crowd.
To bomber ass. Big up to everyone locked in for the stream. I missed y'all. International break. I had to take one. International break. Players are dropping like flies. Dropping like flies. We must discuss it. Have Arsenal really learned the dog horse of Premier League / international break? Running for the business end of the season. See, Fergie has mastered this over the years. Wenger fucked it. You see Pep mastered this over the years. Even last year, we see Slot, guys who would just mysteriously pick up something doing, you know. Now, I have to ask the question, and I'm very interested in what you all think about the issue of these players. How much do they value international football and World Cup? Because I have a different opinion. Like the World Cup is the World Cup, right? The World Cup is a big thing. But when these players get together and they sit down, how much do they value Premier League glory over World Cup glory? Because if you are a Arsenal player right now, unless you play for one of the big dogs, you ain't winning the motherfucking World Cup. If you play for Ecuador, Norway and shit, where are you going? You ain't winning it. But if you play heavy minutes for Arsenal, you play for these teams, you're probably going to get a fucking spot, right? You're probably will. No doubt, right? But morning, nice and decent people. What you all telling me? Let me pop up in here before the chat get away from me, because I see there were quite a few people here early, nice and early. So big you up for that. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? But big up to man like Mateo. Oh, shit. Mateo is in the building, you know. What Mateo? The y'all there, man. Big him up. If he's still here, you pop back in here. We acknowledge him later. Oh, shit, Mr. Robo. What you telling me, man? Jesus Christ. This right here, you know. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Arsenal midfielder Martin Zubimendi leaves Spain camp due to knee discomfort, statement confirms Fabrizio. Now, who knew? Now, is he really injured or is he? We don't know at this point, and we don't really care, right? Because we know that he has too many minutes in the legs, not for the season to be over. The amount of minutes that Zubimendi has played so far should have been the number of minutes he played the entire season. That's what I'm saying. Big and serious, Anas Amanas. The amount of minutes he has in his legs right now, and it's not even April, is the amount of minutes he should have played for the entire fucking season. And he may have looked better. May have looked decent, but now he too may be added to the list of players that's been running to the goddamn ground. right? But we get into all of it. Love to big up to Dre, Tone in the house, Black Queen, love. Big up to the Latvian Guna, SC Kingdom. I see you. That is, I start your comment here, my friend, because it's a good point of discussion. But let me big up everyone before we get up here. Big up to my broski, the Waffle Don. And Capia also pulls out of international and returns to Arsenal with injury. This is starting to sound like a conspiracy, not just actual injuries. It's because if I look at the World Cup, if I look at the FIFA World Cup standings, right, I see Ecuador already qualified. Why is he there? Like, what's he trying to prove and trying to impress him? Brother, you're going to the World Cup. It's Ecuador and you play good minutes and you play first team football for Arsenal. You're going. Right? And if I go through the Arsenal squad, like, what team in the Premier League has more internationals than Arsenal? I'm not saying this because I'm trying to flex. I'm legitimately asking the question. Most of our players play international football for their countries. You know what I'm saying? Like, David Raya doesn't play, but he gets called. And then he works out a couple of kinks out of his game, and Lunin might be in for, but who knows? But park him to the side for a minute. Benjamin White, Benny Blanco, international. And we'll talk about him in a minute as well. One of the reasons I don't support English football. If I ever needed another reason to hate England, not England like the Premier League or the people and shit, but I'm talking about the football, like the Lions, these fuckers, yeah. You know what? I'm not even gonna go there yet. Uwan Vex, I'm not here. William Saliba, international. Timber, international. Mosquera, Spanish international. Incapie, Gabriel, all these men. Calafiori, Norgard, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Mikel Marino before he's international. Declan Rice, Eze, Saka, Nani Madueke, Martinelli is a Brazilian international. Make of that of what you will, but he is. Trossard. Gabriel Jesus was. Victor Gyökeres is. Kai Havertz is. All these men are international. So what do you do when you manage a big club with international footballers who play heavy minutes for their international team? Not just bit part minutes. You have to manage that. How do you not take those minutes into account when you go into the season? If Zubimendi is a mainstay in the Spanish midfield, how can he be a mainstay in Arsenal midfield playing so many goddamn minutes when you have another international in Christian Norgard who can take some of the load off of him? The margin of error without the injuries, and that's what I put in the thumbnail. The margin of error before the injuries was small. Don't let this 9-point gap in the cloud of the Max Diamond 2 goals at the end there and who did we beat last? It feels like forever since we played a Premier League game because the final is still. But don't let the 4 wins in a row and the draw, and that's our current form in the table. Don't let that shit fool you that this could be a 3-point lead by match week 33. And if it's a 3-point lead in match week 33, we have 15 points to play for with a 3-point lead. We know how I feel about trusting Arteta with a damn 3-point lead with 15 points to play for. Grossing out the chat. Remember, do you trust a fart if you got diarrhea all day? Hell no. We don't do that. You have to manage this shit. It's literally your job. It's in the title. You are the manager of these players. You have to manage these goddamn minutes. And let's just assume that they are telling the truth, right? Let's assume, for argument's sake, that these injuries are legit. And that's the title gone. Anyone thinks we can survive these type of injuries to these main players in the business end of the season? Nah, brother. It ain't gonna happen. Zubi coming home. Zubi and Nkapie also are both pulled out with injuries. Add Eze, Madueke, Saliba, and more. Yeah, Timber. It's mad. We know Benjamin White is not 90 minutes fit. You think if we play Benjamin White every game from now on 90 minutes to the rest of the season, he's gonna break down again? He ain't got that in him. Yeah. They all wanted to escape Arteta. Yeah, and I hear that. Right? Go get some good weather in the home country. Go get some of mama's cooking. I don't know if any of you all ever had some Ecuadorian food. It's pretty fucking good. El Salvadorian food, pretty damn good. Yeah, so I could appreciate if the man them got homesick and wanted to go home for a bit, you know. But this, oh, we're pulling out of international duty and we're scared of our World Cup spot. No, 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 no. Right? You'll get a Premier League medal if you fix up. That'll be some great consolation because most of the man them who are going to the damn World Cup ain't coming back with a trophy. There are two players in the Arsenal team that possibly will come back with Premier League trophies, with World Cup with a World Cup trophy, and that's William Saliba or Zubimendi. I don't think Brazil has a good shout. So I don't think Gabriel will get one, right? Well, not this version of Brazil. I don't trust them. Yep. Um, brother, Mateo, it's long. It is long out here. Fake injuries starting to learn, you know. Yeah, man, that tune was someone actually sent it to me. I don't know who. It's probably AI. I was like, play this. I'm like, I'll play it. I'll play it. Big up to the Slovenian gangster, man like Mateo, you know. And I lied the other day when I said I only know two Slovenians. There's Wahaha, there's the First Lady, gangster First Lady Melania, and there's best, you know, the Sheshko Fender. So yeah, I know of three prominent Slovenians, right? And it's Wahaha, the First Lady, then that guy. That's big up Wahaha, man. Our Man United friend. Big up to Guna SC. Big up to TK. What you telling me? Big up BBK and the chat. We're finally moving like a club that wants to win, and we have to win. You know, cup gone. Next Sunday, this time next Sunday, we will be looking at a berth, right? A berth to the semifinal and another Wembley trip. That's what we're looking forward to next Sunday, right? April 4th, I think we play FA Cup, Southampton away. And you know what this means, right? This means with the injury to Nani Madueke, that means Saka will start away at St. Mary's. And he's already fucked up. Right? And if you're Tommy Tuchel, if you're tactical Tommy, you're watching these players go back to Arsenal. Arteta, it'll be very interesting to see how Arteta manages these injured players as they come back from international duty. Because if all the injured players, say, we know Eze got the calf, right? So if Declan, Saka, Madueke, and Capia, and all these men start in the FA Cup game away, then you know it's dark arts. Now, will Arteta just throw them back in there? Would he even care? Don't know. But yeah, big up to TK, man. Injuries, man. Big up to Declan. Big up to the Deckers. Man down, man down. Yep. So it sounds like. Oh, is this more breaking news?
Breaking news.
Rah! More breaking news. Well, you know what? Shane is a G, you know, and big up to Shane. Just talked to Shane this morning. I had to, you know, talk to him on why he ended the stream early and all that stuff. Broski is good. Yeah. As we talked about this on the Bruce Banana last week, where we touched on how conveniently during the international break he was separated for the squad. Big up to Boston, man. AFC Boston. Big you up, my G. Manners and respect. Hope you are good. Weren't you blasting load management on the NBA stream? Bashing it, yeah. So the thing is, when you load when you sit out if the NBA players at international duty mid-season, then load management would be okay, right? When you're a star player, I live in Seattle, out there we don't have a team, right? Because the Supersonics are in OKC. I drive down to Portland and I see Jalen Brunson in street clothes, knowing damn well he's healthy and he's only coming to Portland once during the NBA season. Problem. Yeah, but there is no international NBA Cup or no Champions League in the NBA. This is apples and oranges. Terrible comparison. So we slapped the Slovenian gangster one time. Big up to Blacks. Love my G. Anas Amanas. Big up to Kwaja. Zubi needs to be dropped. He is useless. So if you have a player that's fledgling on his form and is adjusting to a Premier League, why the hell is he playing that many minutes? Surely you want to maximize his performance by making sure he gets adequate rest. And it's not like you don't have someone who can give him adequate rest. There's plenty of cover there. The boss just chooses not to play him. You know what I mean? Smash up the thing for me, people. Yes, man. Yes. Arteta too submissive to Tuchel. Should have stood 10 toes down and made the boys stay and rest. There's a thing where you can be, hey, I'm standing on business, or there's this thing in corporate or the highest levels of politics and military where we foster relationships, right? You know that you don't have to answer to this person, but if they call, you answer the phone, right? So for example, if I'm a combatant commander, right, and I'm deployed somewhere, I don't work for a service component commander. I work for the Secretary of Defense. But if the service component commander calls me, I answer the phone, and I be nice to them. I don't need to, but it's fostering relationships because they have assets that I might need. You know what I mean? And then duty of care for the players, because in the England squad, if everyone in the Arsenal team are fit and firing, how many players do we have? Do we have to send to Tuchel? Right? We could send Skelly if he was playing. We could send Declan Rice, Benny Blanco, Eze, Saka, and Nani. That's 6 players. So if you're gonna send 6 of your players, right, that's half your team. More than half your starting lineup, you're gonna send it to a person. You want to have a good working relationship with that person. I get it. You know what I mean? Finally using his brains. We have to assume that these guys are really injured, yeah? Tudor's just 6 weeks in, no wins in the Premier League. Yeah, but you know what? Liverpool should be ashamed of themselves because they let the only point that Tudor got in the Premier League came at Anfield. Imagine that. And that APB still out for LFC Monster, LFC Monster, show your face, my friend. Where the are you? You're embarrassing us. Been looking for you for time, my G. But you know what? I was just watching. I thought Ekatike was injured, y'all. I'm watching the Premier League going into the international break. I see Ekatike leave the Brighton game and comes off with an injury, crying like, "Oh shit, man feels something." He knows that his World Cup, and then man starts. So he wasn't really injured. But so why was he crying? Does he have some bitch in him? You just played, bro. You wasn't hurt. You know your body. But Liverpool should be ashamed of themselves giving Tottenham a damn point. You need a super slap for all the retarded protests yesterday for nothing. Who was protesting? Oh, the no kinks thing. That's listen, brother. Some people just ain't got nothing to do with their damn time, BX Gunner. Like seriously, that man. We will be there. Nah, I needed them to lose that point, man, against Liverpool, because then they would have been, level on points with West Ham. Because West Ham had to fight for a point against Man City, which, kind of threw the title back in our hands. Yeah? But I absolutely need them, man, to go down. Who are they going to bring in now? What are they talking about? Is it Sherwood and Harry Redknapp been twerking for that job since before even Tudor? At least now they can acknowledge that they're in a damn relegation fight, because before they made the Tudor hire, they were thinking like, yeah, Burnley, Wolves, Forest, West Ham, these men are below us. We don't have to be about anything, right? But now they have to fully admit and acknowledge that they're in a relegation scrap, and they should go the hell down. Yeah, man, the Sheshko Fender, big him up. Vujicic, he called him Vujicic. This is how I know you hate the Lakers so much, right? Because if your fellow countryman play for the Lakers, or you don't even fuck with them. Or did you have any kind of love for Dallas? And how could I have forget Luka? Should slap myself. Big up Luka. The thing is, sometimes it was a mistake of the mind, of the heart rather, not of the mind. Big up Luka still. Yeah, man. It'll be very interesting to see who they get. Arteta allegedly using his brains. I'm not convinced at all. He must. But big you up, Static, man. Big you up every time. And big up to Dabrowski Suge. Hit the like and subscribe. Almost 1 a.m. But I needed to come spread love, my guy. And that you're far too kind, Suge. And I'm streaming from another band today, but I think I do have my applause button, and I thank you for that. Anazamanas the Suge. Now, SC Kingdom had put a comment in here, and I had to star it. And he said, "Hi all, I know for a fact, put nation over club. Club isn't a day-to-day job. They have no emotional connection with the passion in most cases." And with this comment, I actually the fuck agree. Not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I disagree. Right? Because the World Cup to me is a celebration of the sport. It's not the highest level of football. And if you don't believe me, you are going to see some football this summer that's going to be shit. Like Cape Verde and some of these teams where they expanded any competitive event that you expand, the competition will get watered down. The World Cup used to be 24 teams 40 years ago. Then it got expanded to 32. Now it's 48. Some of these goddamn teams don't belong there. They're just there to participate. It's not the highest level of football that you're going to see. It's just meant to celebrate the sport and highlight people who you wouldn't normally see playing football at a quote-unquote high level. Players love their club. Players are born into certain spaces where, hey, dad passed this down. People fall in love with football when they watch a team play, and they have a certain affinity to the club. Now, that doesn't mean they can't go play for other clubs, right? But you have actual players who actually love the club, not because of the money that's paid to them. That's a big part of it. Someone is paying you $240K a week, which no federation does. That means something, right? And you can play for your club for 3-4 years. 10. Some of these guys make one international cap their entire fucking life. Passion my ass. It's a celebration of the sport. That's what the World Cup is. You got guys who will make World Cup squads that can never play football in Europe. That can't make a Champions League squad. That can't make a Premier League squad, a Serie A squad. But they can play for Cape Verde. I feel like I'm picking on Cape Verde. Right? But you can't tell me one player from Curacao. The last player that I knew from Tunisia was Ben Slimani. You know what I mean? You're going to see players like, how the fuck these men are in the World Cup? You know what I'm saying? Outside of Kuzmanov, you ain't players from Uzbekistan. Now, for those countries, I can hear the shout for those players are passionate and this and that. But for the big dogs, it's a little different. Where are we at? Hey, man, big up to Static. Big up to man like Static every time. Big up to Prom. Love my J. I hope you're good. So NKTK got some LeBron in him. That's funny, you know.
At the shoulder and then your chest started hurting. Let me see if you got some hoe in you. Okay, because I don't hear no dog in you. See, that's the issue. It's like, I don't know, you might be full of hoe. All right, we're gonna run some x-rays, because you might literally be a bitch.
You might literally be a bitch. I'm gonna run some x-ray because you got some hoe in you. I see man crying coming off the pitch. My World Cup chances are over, man. Man, it started for France against Brazil. You know? So, like, brother, I thought man felt something that, oh shit, this is gonna take a minute to heal, you know. Man walk off the pitch crying. I lost my World Cup spot, brother. If you're good enough, you'll make the next one. But run some x-rays to make sure you ain't got some hoe in you. That Ekatike France knock was probably a carry-on from Brighton. No, I was talking about him coming off the pitch at Brighton, crying, but start a couple days later for France when Liverpool needed you, bro. Because Liverpool, those points could be the difference between Champions League football and Conference League. You know what I mean? Can we say with hand on heart right now that Liverpool are making Champions League football? The only way they play Champions League football next year might damn near be winning the competition. You know, but that does make a case for what SC Kingdom was saying. You know, man cries because he thinks his World Cup chances are over. And maybe the World Cup is, every 4 years, the games are few and far in between. So I get that point. And your club plays, 50-something games a year. But I hear it. That France World Cup 2026 anthem go hard, by the way. They'll listen. Oh, shit. I'm going to have to check that out, man. You got a link for that, Blacks? You got a rent, so you can drop the link for that in the chat. I've never heard it. Yeah, man. The only Aussie awake at this time, big you up. Brazil had the anthem in 2006 and didn't win it. Hey, you know what? Jamaica had the best anthem in 2008. I said 2008. In 98, we won one game. We beat Japan. Held 3 from Croatia. Held 5 from Argentina. Should have been 8. Should have been 10. But our anthem was banging, though. Sasha Vujacic never came to play to the national team, so we don't really fuck with him here. I don't mind him, though. He's a Knicks legend. That's why you should do better. Legend, I tried to forget everything that happened with the Knicks while Phil Jackson was our consultant. He did draft Kristaps Porzingis, though. But, man, deadline day, we hired Phil Jackson and turned the franchise around. And trade deadline day, we left with Sved. Come on, Phil has to do better. Friendlies are not important. Not for the world-class players or the top-class players or the big dogs. It doesn't. Right? If you're fit, you're fit. Right? And if you fit, you play if you're one of the big dogs. Now, if you're a player like Mateta, who have an outside shot, and you're gunning for it, or you're one of these, if you're Nani, and you know that your wing spot isn't spot on, or if you're Benny Blanco and the guy that you didn't like in the squad is gone and now you're there and you can play, it's different for those guys, right? But the big dogs don't need all these damn friendlies. And while we're on the topic of Ben White, this is the modern day footballer, where they hate you, they love you, and they love you and they hate you, that type of shit. Because they boo Benny Blanco, he scored a goal. Now they hate him, right? Now let him score that same goal in the World Cup final to bring it home, and they'll love him again. The football guys will forever shit on the 3 Lions for the shit that they do. I swear. I don't know what their problem is. The man didn't want to play. Okay, he didn't want to play. What's the problem? Benjamin White don't come down to your fucking job at McDonald's and tell you to go quit and go to work at Burger King. This is work for these people, I don't know why people overcomplicate shit sometimes. It's mad. Talking about the World Cup, oh shit. I want to hear it now. I'm definitely going to have to listen to it now, brother. Everybody's talking about the hype. I usually run from the hype, but I got to run toward it now because the legends in the chat saying that it's banging. Tudor leaves with immediate effect. Bad news. Spurs might stay up. No, I want them to hire one of these Sky Sports pundits who's been there twerking for this job. I swear. I don't know if it's Redknapp or Sherwood. One of them been in the Sky Sports studio every day saying, give me the job, give me the job. I want it. I want them to get it. And still go down. Because it's not really up to them. At this point, it's up to the players. Because if you're a man like James Madison, you're not coming back to this shit. Because if you come back and play 1 minute of football, your name is attached to this relegation, bruv. And James Madison, you already relegated Leicester. You don't want 2 relegations to your name. You don't, I promise you. Jamie Vardy can get away with that. He won a Premier League with that team. You didn't. And the fact that he quit on that damn team, I know he quit on that team because you know what? When he left for Spurs after they got relegated, Leicester come right the fuck back up. So that was a Premier League team. That team had Yuri Tillemans and Madison and Didi and Vardy and all these men in it. He just couldn't lead them. You think he's going to come back and keep these Spurs man up? And if you're Mohamed Kudus, don't come back either. Kulusevski, you do not want your name attached to this relegation, bro. And without them, man, Kolo Muani gives 0 fucks. Ramiro got one eye on Madrid. Van der Ven is like, what the hell's going on here? They're going down, bro. They're going down. It must. The football gods must make this happen. Confirmed, Arsenal have surged ahead in talks to sign 21-year-old German forward Nicolo, what's that, Tresoldi from Club Brugge. You know, there's something about all this transfer talk while we're knee deep and fighting for everything that concerns me, because we know that it's Arsenal Football Club has this really good PR team that tried to distract us from the task at hand, right? And they've, my Chelsea friends who are scared to come on camera and talk football, and they throw stones and hide their hands. I tell them this when their club is doing the same shit. Like a couple weeks ago when the Reece James contract 6-year deal was announced, like, why do you think they pick right till you get punched up by PSG A2 to announce this shit? It's to take this thing off. We have an entire summer, and we're hearing all these transfer talk, this, and that. And it's to keep you. We're focused. We're fully focused on this Premier League because the ante is up now, because we must win it, because we fucked off the other trophy that I was expecting us to win. Do you know what I mean? Not looking forward to this World Cup, although it's in America. It's the main reason I'm looking forward to it, my bro, is because Jamaica, there's 90 minutes between us and the World Cup spot. You know what I mean? And we fall in the group that we ain't gonna get out of, but so be it. I need this experience. I need this to come off my bucket list. In '98, I was a teenager. I couldn't fly to France from the homeland. I couldn't. But if this is gonna be in my backyard, and they don't make it, there's a part of me. There's a part of the football fan of me that wants to say that I watch the team that I have an allegiance to in football nationally play in the World Cup. I need to see that. There are some games that I have no appetite for, but there will be few that I won't miss. Netherlands used to have an anthem and they fumbled. It's not a good sign for France. Shit, Netherlands fumbled everyone. Right? I think the Netherlands has the most final appearances without winning. I think they've played in 3 finals. Like the other night when Suj was asking the best World 11 to never win a World Cup, we could literally just use the Dutchman from any one of those teams that got to the final and won. You could make 3 teams. Of course, you got the other man, them like, your Modric's of the world and CR7 and all these other men who never really won it. But them Dutchmen, for the level of talent that they have put out, they should have more cups. Or at least one. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All the teams are dumpster juice. Support Cape Verde. Yeah, Puerto Rican. Support Cape Verde maybe, and go visit them one day, because they made not a song, but they made a video, a promotion video. And the market opportunities that they put in the video makes you want to go visit Cape Verde, if you know what I'm saying. If you picking up what I'm putting down, my bro. Footy Bad said it's Soca Warriors, Hey, the Soca Warriors. I love that comment. Footy Bad said things. Big up, man. Did we actually drop merch after we lost? I don't know if we did it this time, but that's what we do, Suj. We are the PR champions, And if you don't believe we're the PR champions, let us win this Premier League and see what happens. Oh shit. Social media won't be normal again. And I'm not on Twitter. I don't know what the spaces are saying now. I'm not on TikTok. I don't know what the spaces are saying now. Right? I'm Snapchat, none of that. I'm not on any of it. So you might have to tell me what you gotta tell me what the streets are saying out there. Some Indians would never get into the World Cup. It's gonna be club over country for me. That's where I'm at. I really believe that the World Cup, it's lost some of its zest. I don't. There's a World Cup. There's a World Cup match going to be played 20 miles from my house. Couple of games. Seattle Lumen Field are getting a bunch of games, right? I think Egypt and Iran is playing there on June 29th. Ain't going nowhere near that motherfucking stadium. You know what I'm saying? But there's a World Cup going on 20 minutes from my house in 2.5 months, and I don't feel it in the air. It's flat. In the 90s, in the early 2000s, World Cup, the the excitement in it was so thick you could damn near grab it in the air. And I'm living in the Caribbean at that time. You know what I mean? Nowhere near where the game is being played, and it's right the fuck here. And I there's no buzz. You know, like back in the day when your favorite artist was about to drop an album, and you didn't bootleg it, and the single was out 2-3 weeks, and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting, and the anticipation and the hype builds. There's no hype around this World Cup. There was more hype around the damn Qatar World Cup. People were bashing Qatar, this and that, but shit, they made it work. 0 arrests. I promise you, World Cup 2026 in America won't have 0 arrests. There'll be 50 to 100 arrests on the first day. It was the fourth snake to score 4-point plays in the game. Yeah, fun facts. But you know what? The Larry Johnson, the LJ 4-point play took us into a final. So those two can't even add up to that one. You know what I mean? Benjamin White should have avoided the call-up. I hear that shout. Big up to broski Rashid. Love my bro. See you in the chat. Anas Amanas. I get it, right? There are people in units where I refuse to work with, right? I was like, you know what? Nah, that motherfucker's over there. I'm not going over there. He had a problem with someone in the camp and rather go there and create a stink and be a diva. He just said, I don't want to play as long as this guy's there. Now, that person has left. Thomas Tuchel has come in, and everyone gets a fresh start. And okay, it's cool. The atmosphere there is somewhere where I want to be, and he goes and do that, and they boo for that? The fuck? I would fuck around and be rooting against England this World Cup for the shit that they do. Because he scores in the goddamn final and win England the World Cup. But they're going to boo him then. So why are you booing him now? Yo, pussy well enough. Ugh. But for the Knicks to have an OV, it's not a good look. That Knicks team was nothing good about them, my friend. They were ass and cheeks. Big up to Inconsestino. I have to say that slowly or I bite my damn tongue. Big up to Karma Sareem. It is good. And I just found out through watching Karma's content that Karma is a Cowboys fan. Oh, and if I had seen her when she popped in the chat, and if she's still in here, I have to tell her to lean in. She's a Cowboys fan, you know. Cowboys. Man. Big up to Suge, man. Smash that like, people. Listen to man like AFC Boston. Appreciate you, man. Thank you all for being here, you know. This right here, another distraction. The cover of distraction was from the Carabao Cup final loss. See? This is why Latvian Guna does content, you know. I am so good. I'm so glad this brother didn't quit his channel. Because this is what I'm talking about. Stuff like this. This is good perspective. Yeah, 100%. Conveniently linked to Kvaratskhelia to leave a treble-winning team, a treble-winning manager. Man can be, they're damn near favorites. Them Bayern Munich, damn near favorites to win the whole thing, and he's going to leave that to come play defense. He's going to leave the freedom that he ran away from the shackles of Antonio Conte in Napoli, another place where he won a title. He ran away from that to run back to it. Yeah. If he does that, he's going to remind himself, you know, that the person that just keep going back into a toxic relationship and then get out of it and complain, say they'll never go back, and then go back right into it. It's mad. Ornstein dropped Spurs, and yeah, man. Breaking news. That wasn't a good marriage, and that was a one-night stand hookup that lasted 35 days too long. I feel that if Puerto Rico make the World Cup, I'm spending whatever it is that right. I'm about to close my eyes and swipe that goddamn card for the price. You know, I tell you what I do. Should Jamaica qualify next Thursday, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take my ass up to the casino, right up to the bingo hall, and I'm going to roll the dice and see if I can win a big pot of money. You know, I'm going to see if I can hit the jackpot. I'm going to spend some to win some, and that's going to be my World Cup budget. So regardless of how much it costs, I am going. I look at the groups. They're playing here, there, and there. and tickets are booked, because I'm not watching one Reggae Boys game if they qualify. I'm watching all of them, every single one of them, and I'm not leaving the stadium early. Bergkamp is the reason I support Arsenal. For me, it was Ian Wright, you know. And big up to Uncle Vusey. I see him doing badness on Under the Lens. I think he has Flawless from Sarcasm City TV, a Man United fan, coming on. So big up, man. My bro is stepping up the game and shit, man. He had Northside on the other day. Big up to my bro. But Ian Wright, on my episode on Under the Lens, Ian Wright, man, I met this man in 91 actually, the summer of 91, when, you know, my grandma, my nan, British lady. And then when I go back home, he signed for Arsenal that year. I'm like, yeah, this is my team. I'm going to follow it. That's Ian. Bald head, gold tooth. Like that man. The rest is history. And now it hurts my heart when I see Righty being wheeled out and being a puppet for the club. Right? Because when someone is the reason why you started following the club. Now, regardless of what someone will say about Dennis Tone, you will always have love for him. Mateo will always have love for the Vavavoom. I will always have love for Righty, but it hurts my heart to see him just out here waffling on behalf of the club when it's completely fucked. Yeah, man. That's Mateo. Cheeks everywhere. I'm a chat about inner Jamaican and slip a finger in the Cape Verde. I mean, brother, go on down to Cape Verde, man. Because if you have enough gal, man, if you have enough gal, yeah? Enough gal. Man, if you have enough gal and gal in a bundle, gal from Rima, gal from Jungle. When you go to Jamaica, Mateo, don't ever go anywhere near Rima or Jungle. Like, make sure you reach out to myself or Darren or Sheldon or anybody on the ground. Make sure we tell you the places to avoid. Kiss cam. Yeah, we know some PR, man. So we've been PR'd for so long because the club was so bad, right? For so long. Now that we're in a good space, so to speak, and should we get over the line, I'm curious to see how they handle the positive with the PR. Because if they can put a positive spin on negative shit, not saying you need to spin a positive story, but they can damn sure prop it up. So I want to see how they react in that sense. Big up to Mateo. Big up to Wesley. All I know is I'm free for one more week to enjoy Colombia versus France tonight. Yeah, before Arteta subjects us to that thing he calls football for 7 more Premier League games, and hopefully for how many more Champions League games? 2 legs quarters, 2 leg semis. So for 5 more Champions League games, it's the maximum more we can play, right? And then 2 more FA Cup games, right? 3. Well, Southampton, the semis and the final. So 3 and 5, that's 8. And the 7 Premier League games. So 15 more games possibly, Wesley. We have to suffer. There is a price to play for a Premier League trophy. And we are paying that price right now. How much are we willing to suffer? You know, I need that Premier League like I need air. You know, World Cup game is going to be shitty hours in Australia. Yeah. Because, you know, living in these United States when the World Cup was in Japan, Korea, it was some 2 a.m. settings, right? It's going to be long for you, man, in the UK and that. But this is regular days for us in the Premier League. When Arsenal have the early kickoff, it's a 4:30 a.m. kickoff for me, you know? And I get up and have to watch that shit that we call football. They're winning the treble. Martin Odegaard unlocked. You know what? I spoke on this with Gianni the other day, and we're asking. It sounds like we're asking for a lot, but what are we really asking for Martin Odegaard, right? Essentially, we're asking someone who's on over 200K a week to give us 4 good games. 4, not 38. We're asking you to lead us through a 38-game gauntlet. Tony Adams already told us you can't do it. And we believe him because we've seen you not being able to do it for 3 years now. So we believe him. We believe him because he's done it, and we believe us because we have eyes. But we're not asking for that. We're asking you for 4, my friend. 4. Give us 4 good games, and the Premier League is ours. Can you do that? I don't think that's a tall order. Everyone else has carried the team to this point. Eze, Declan Rice, the defense, all 8 of them has chipped in. Our attack hasn't clicked. We've got 61 goals. That's the most in the Premier League. But you would hey, Arsenal are the leading scorers in the Premier. Okay, great. 61 goals. I think Bayern Munich has like damn near 100 in Bundesliga. Now, there is a league tax, but it's not a 30 goddamn goal league tax. You know? It's mad, you know. It's lost some zest. Surely you could have worded it better. Yeah. It's lost some vim. Yes, I could have worded it better. Like, you know, when I was coming up, the word zest didn't mean what it means now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have to be very careful with my modern day language, you know, because modern day language is loaded with pauses and cancel culture. So let me unpause myself. Big up to RSV. How long have you been supporting? 91. So it'd be 36 years this summer. 35. Because I didn't come into the, you know, Arsenal were champions in 91, but I wasn't into football then. I wasn't glory hunting or anything. I just happened to meet this guy called Ian that signed for Arsenal that same year. In September, actually. My birthday is in September. Right around my birthday, I'm like, you know, this is the team I'm going to follow. Because in the neighborhood that I was growing up, everyone was either Man United or Liverpool. Yeah? All the bigger as like the big dudes or the area leaders were United and Liverpool fans. But these men that I'm talking about didn't have good character. They were not people who I wanted to be associated with. They would do a lot of fuckery, you know? So I didn't want to associate myself with anything that they did. I wanted my own team. And that's when it happened. And shit, back then we weren't getting no Arsenal games on goddamn TV. It was only Liverpool because of John Barnes. And Man United was Man United. You know what I mean? Our shit was on tape delay until Wenger came. Only Arteta is unlocking as a backdoor so Pep can enter. Pause. Honorary. Hype. Fully hyped. Are you feeling hyped about this one, Tone? I'm not. It doesn't have any vim. I can't use zest. I want it to be more vimmy. I want it to have some more hype around it. It's not there. It's flat. You know what I mean? You drive around the city of Seattle right now, you don't even see a banner or a billboard or nothing. It's like it's not even happening. We're damn near in April. So on Wednesday, April Fool's Day, right? And then we have what separates us from the World Cup, the month of May. The merry month of May. It's like another day in the city. Like, motherfuckers, the city should be gassed the amount of money they're about to earn. Like small businesses, like the city council should be pushing this. You know, for your local food trucks and your vendors and all this shit. But it's like it's not happening. It's crazy. And they're not done, Tone. 40 years ago, it was 24 teams. Now it's 48. Another 20 years is going to be a 64-team tournament. Telling you. You heard it here first. Big up to Rashid, man. Big up to Sheed. Big you up, man. On the first day, Latvian Guna. On the first damn day. By the time, and I'm here to tell you, for all the Brits that are coming over, you get yourself in some shit. I don't know you. I will keep you safe if you in my neck of the woods. I can guarantee your safety. But when I'm not around, you go off and do some fuckery and they lock you up. I don't have any bail money. I tell my son that all the time. You get your ass locked up, you got to bail yourself out. Hincapié is 100% injured. Ran stopped, dropped to the ground, and called for medics. Meanwhile, MLS was on the bench and giving no minutes. Great coaching. You know what, man? Joins, when I saw Eze made that run against, who did we play? Fuck, man. Why does the Premier League feel like a blur to me now? Was it the Leverkusen game? Yeah, the Leverkusen game. And he called for that sub. I was like, oh, shit, man. Eze is in trouble. Yeah, he wasn't going to play in that final. And him not playing in that final had reduced me to pick a 1-0 win. That didn't come to be. There's no hype because a lot of men are looking at what the U.S. is doing at the very present moment, and a lot of people are rooting for Iran. Yeah, man. You know what? I have never been ashamed of what I do for a living, and I'm still not. But sometimes, I damn near want to be like, how do we get to this point? You know what I mean? Because me putting myself out there as a former soldier, as a soldier with all my plaques in the background, can make me a target, isn't it? But it's too late now. Can't put it. I can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Cape Verde versus Colombia is my match I'm dying to see. Yeah, man, go to the stadium, man. Go in the culture, immerse yourself in the culture. How? The food, the music, the women, the lovely women. Have a ball. Enjoy yourself, Mateo. This will be the first World Cup in my life I won't be able to watch all the games. Until this one, I've watched every single one, but the time zone makes it impossible. Yeah, even in 2014, and that one was calm for me because right down the road, South the Americas are aligned with times, but the Qatar and the Korea, it's long. Big up the Static, 21 likes. Big you up, my G. I hate the Cowboys as much as I hate the Spurs. Just kidding, yeah. Now, I'm watching Carver Serena. She has the cowboy jacket in the background. Now, if she's not a Cowboy fan, needs to be self-aware and move that shit. Because YouTube rules, YouTube etiquette. Anything that appears on your panel, on your platform, you're responsible for. So if I had a Spurs damn circa where I have my Arsenal, I couldn't escape that. If I had a Super Mick poster back there, I couldn't escape the Top Gooner accusations. I'd have to own that. Tony Romo reminds me of Arteta. A whole lot of hype around him that didn't win shit. It's an Arsenal thing to bring about stupid rumors of signing beasts when we get smoked. Yep, facts. Big facts. Make sure we sub to Rashid, man. Big him up every time. 35 days of summer. That's it. That is it. Blacks, you are nasty with that one. Are the rumors true that Spurs will have a player-manager situation or in a relegation fight? Do it. What is their thing? To dare is to do. I dare them motherfuckers to do this. This would be another nail in their coffin, in spite of the fact that everyone took points from these men and Liverpool let him off the hook. I'm telling you, that LFC monster. Whenever he comes back around this parts, I'm not leading with their shit form that has taken him out of a European spot. Possibly Europe or Conference League next year. That's the first question I'm going to ask him. How? He's going to come to Anfield and take a point from you after you go up in the game. Come on now. Images of Martin Zubimendi wearing a protective strap on his knee earlier this week in the Spanish national team. Arteta has done it again. Now, I was live while the Madueke thing happened, and everyone was telling me it was a concussion protocol. But then he's leaving the training ground or leaving the match with something on his knee. Is the knee injury the go-to thing? Hey, the knee injury, go down, call for a sub, and come back. Right, and then let's do the Ekatike thing. I felt something against Brighton. I'm crying. I'm walking off the pitch. Shit. Okay, Ekatike just didn't want to play anymore in that game because he wanted to play against Brazil for France. That's why he walked off the goddamn pitch at Brighton, because now we know wasn't shit wrong with him. Yeah, man, go ahead and tell her, man. She knows. She gambles more than me. Big up to Righty, man. But yeah, it hurts, man, because I can't turn my back on him because he is the reason why I support this club. So I just separate the man from the banter. I separate him from what he's doing now. Just But he is my guy still. But I hear it. I hear it. Yeah, man. I was like, yeah, this is my guy. And it just, and then he went on to do bits. I mean, so then it's this introverted like me. I hear it. Kanu got me into the club like Pat kept me there. Hey, listen, Pat, the steel. We need some steel like that in our midfield. You know what I mean? Spurs about to get their third manager of the season, and we're still stuck with the first manager since the 2020s, I don't think anyone can keep him up. Not even Big Sean. Not even Daiche can keep these men up. 100. We just want Odegaard to stop being a bitch. Yeah, he got some hoe in him. Odegaard got some O in him. Like, I played this for Ekatika earlier, but we need to run some x-rays on Martin.
Your shoulder and then your chest started hurting. Let me see if you got some hoe in you. Because I don't hear no dog in you. See, that's the issue. It's like, I don't know, you might be full of hoe. All right, look, we're gonna run some x-rays, because you might literally be a bitch.
You just might really we run some x-rays on him. Some bitch rays. Boy, got some hoe in him, man. Need you to lead. Not a bunch of classroom with a bunch of kids. Need you to lead a bunch of men on a global fan base. The Premier League jubilation. I hear it. I'm not asking for a week, not asking for a year. Can you give me one more game? In this case, 4. Yes, come on, man. Big up to Mr. Cousteau. Love, my friend. Big you up or you're good. Zest. I have to clean up my vocabulary to keep up with you, man. My friend supported Newcastle because of Shearer, but few and far in between. And maybe it's a personality trait, but I don't know how to stop supporting something. You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking to a Knicks fan, a New York Knicks fan. If I knew how to stop supporting something, the New York Knicks would be nowhere near me, right? I've seen Boston be good in the Bird era, turn shit in 2008, form a Big Three, win a title, get bad, blow it up, get good again, win another title while we still suck. I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to not support. That's where my allegiance is. Personality trait, I guess. I'm more hype about Latvia and Gibraltar than the World Cup. I can't lie. So it's not just me. Come on, like, it's lost. And I get it. It's because it's here. Now, whenever 20 years from now, 30 years from now, whenever there's a World Cup bid, like the World Cup is bidded out to what? To 2020, to 2030 or 2032. I don't know who's going to host the next one. I have to didn't do my homework on that, so please forgive me. But when the next bidding comes up for World Cup and they're going through it and they see the U.S., just going to toss that bitch. Nope. No more World Cups in the U.S. None. Big up to Binks, our first lady. Big you up. Thank you for being here. Honors and manners to you. In Concestino. Maybe you said that too fast. Is Seattle a beautiful city? It's called the Emerald City. It is beautiful in the summertime. You come here between October and April. Well, October and end of March, beginning of April, it's just rain, doom and gloomy. But the summers here, my friend, are gorgeous. Lovely. Like the rest of the league or the rest of the World Cup in Texas, in New York, in Florida, right? They're going to have cooling breaks during the games. Here in Seattle, they won't need one. It doesn't get that hot. It's perfect footballing weather. It's lovely. Yeah, visit us if you get a chance. Shoot me an email. I'll show you around the town. And man, big up Mr. Cousteau. The PR teaches us we are a family, guys. Big up. Topside says, funny how the first time nations get to see our players in a while, they'll send them back because they're clamped. Like, yeah, you're not at the levels. You're a step slow. What's going on? You need to go get some treatment. Go back to Arsenal, wrap up your league title, and rest for the remainder of the season because I'm going to need you at full operating capacity come June 11th. And when is the Champions League final is towards the end of May, in it? So say if Arsenal gets that far in the competition, any key players for their team may have 2 weeks of rest before the World Cup. So you have to plan for that, have to manage for that. You know what I mean? So Spurs looking for a new manager. I'm hearing they're going to do a player coach type manager things, and I'm here for it. Let them do that. Want to see that blow up in their face. I think Pep has. Oh God, yeah. Pep put belt to ass, and he couldn't keep up. Every World Cup has not noise around it and going into it. This one just seems a little bit. The volume is not turned all the way up topside. I'm not gonna lie. I don't. As I drive around the city, I'm watching ESPN. There's no promo. Like, is FIFA even promoting this shit? It's like, well, man, it just seems like it's missing something. That's what I tell the gal. I can't put. Jesus Christ! Why did I even put that shit on the screen? Big up to Toronto Guna, Anas Amanas. Big you up, man. I was watching the doc on 2014 France today. Deschamps said after being beaten in the Euros by Portugal, after that he will give the young ones a chance, and that changed everything. You know what? That 2016 team or that 2014 team, they had enough to beat Portugal. It was a 1-0, wasn't it? Ronaldo was injured and came off. They had a bad day at the office, but I think they had enough talent. They were the better team, but the better team on the day was Portugal. Facts. I went to big up, man. Jamaica v Argentina 98, best and craziest atmosphere has ever experienced. And it was a 5-0 battering, There was a point in the game with the commentary. I think it was the third or fourth goal. I think Ortega scored it, right? The ball wasn't even in the net yet, and the commentary was like, brilliantly done, Argentina. They played the ball through us. They had perfect passing lanes, passing angles, and we just couldn't keep up with them. You know what I mean? The World Cup gets more nuts and nuts. $500 to watch games like Curacao and Haiti. Must watch. Now, if there are Curacao and Haitian fans like myself, which I'm sure they are, close our eyes and swipe the card because they know that we know. And if Jamaica don't make this World Cup, I'm not confident that we'll make another one in my lifetime. So FIFA banks on that, and they know I'll pay it. And I ain't going to pay it if they make it. So if Jamaica beat Congo on Thursday, I'm going to be happy as fuck. And my wife and my bank account will be mad. Right? If they don't make it, my wife and my bank account will be happy, but I'm going to be sad as fuck. Because I want to see my team play in the World Cup. No cap. Big up to Tyrell, man. Love my G. To do is Tudor. This gets a round of applause, bro. This is bad. And by bad, I mean good. Yeah, he got some hoe in him, y'all. He's got some hoe in him. He needs to fix up, man. Big up to Gianni the broski. Every time. Hope you're having a good weekend too, my friend. Anas amanas. I still support the Knicks and the Giants, even though they're shit. Brother, I'm telling you, if I knew how not to, at some points during the year, the Garden would have one less. It would be 19,161 instead of 19,162, which is what the Garden holds for regular season games. They're suffering from something. It ain't me, man. Because, well, you know what? I've seen the Yankees rack up a bunch of chips. I've seen the Giants take 2 from the GOAT, Tom Brady. Like, my other teams win. It's just them two. That just be fucking up. The Tartu Dodgy. That's what they try to tell us. But the World Cup went off without a hitch. In 2030 in Morocco, Spain, Portugal, Paraguay, and Argentina, or something like that. Yeah, I haven't looked that far out. But Morocco sounds like a shout, you know. Morocco sounds like a shout. That part of the world needs. It's called the World Cup for a reason. 20 in Saudi. Okay, 2034 in Saudi. Official or they're bidding still? Or they're leading the bid? I'll go to Saudi. Yeah. I beg you, board of directors, please play him. Big up to Chike. Last 2 Elite 8 games from the men in the NCAA tournament. Massive matchup between UConn and Duke for the 5th time. And then before that, Michigan and Tennessee. Who wins those games? I'm going to go... shit, you know. I'm going to go Michigan, but Duke and UConn. The winner of Duke and UConn wins it. Obviously, UConn is probably the favorite. When I lived in North Carolina, I used to go to a couple of Duke games. I used to go to a couple of Carolina games. I'm not emotionally tied to either one of them, but I think UConn gets by. Yeah, I think UConn beats them. Yep, I'm taking you. You taking UConn? I think UConn in the Big East. Duke should have let St. John's on Friday. You know what? I did have an affiliation for St. John's when Omar Cook played for him back in the day, but since then, their recruiting's been shit. Big up to Hendo. So Zuby has now withdrawn from the Spain squad due to discomfort in his knee. Yeah, man. The knee, it's knees all over North London. I'm just popping. Bang. I don't know what the hell is going on. Big up to Brian. Big you up, man. Hope you are good. The match is on Tuesday. Which one? Which one is on Tuesday? I know. I think our game is on Tuesday. The 30. What the fuck? Yep, it is on Tuesday, ain't it? Where the hell did I get Thursday from? Yep, comes on 2 p.m. my time, and it's being played in Mexico, Democratic Republic of the Congo. Serge Ibaka, you can go eat a bag of baby dicks. I expect Jamaica to roll you men over and book our ticket to these World Cups. Richie, you know, keep him up with a overhead bicycle kick. Yeah, here there's images. The World Cup friendlies are a drag. You know what, Binks? Some of these World Cup matches are going to be a drag, just like these damn friendlies. Some of them. You're going to see some of these games and you'll be like, damn, you thought some of the Champions League phase games was bad with, you know, Carriot and fucking Dynamo Zagreb and shit. You're going to, it's mad. Odegaard ain't got no hoe with him. There's no fight. He just never been in a fight. Wonder Kid syndrome, always been at the top type thing. You know, posh. You know, hair flicks and Latvia and Gibraltar, massive. Yeah, this is the time of year where we're gonna sit down and buckle up and say, "Hey, get to the World Cup so I can watch my team play for 90 minutes of football because we might not see this shit again." You're going to have to start with your Congolese for that one, but I'll be happy for Jamaica if you go through. Congo is pretty stacked. Wissa, Sadiki, and Wan-Bissaka. We can beat them, man, bro. I hope it turns into a dogfight. You know, if we are wasteful like we were against New Caledonia, we're in trouble. But, you know, it's all hope at this point, Jacques. It's not tactics or none of that. It's just all hope. At least it wasn't Zubermandi's back. He hasn't got a spine in the first place. I'm not even going to elaborate on that head, though. That was good. We have a coach that has one system, one style of play. That's never that's why there's never any rotation. There's players that don't fit his style. He doesn't bother coaching, and he benches them. And then he throws them in cold when the other ones get injured, you know? It's not. It's mad, man. You're playing a bracket for the spot in the Nations League or something like that. I just had it up here, you know. But the group that we're going to get drawn in is not a pretty one, should we make it. Right? Because it looks like it's either going to be, I know Jacques had told me back in the day, but I fucking forgot. It looks like it's going to be Group I with Senegal, Norway, and France. Or it's going to be Group K with Colombia, Portugal, and Uzbekistan. Either one of those groups, I don't think we go through, but shit, man. Imagine. The ball is round, they say, we can pull something off. Maybe we can pull something off and shock the world. Yeah? Shock the damn world. I would be very interested to see just how Arteta treats these injured players as they get back into the squad. Because next Sunday, we have a must-win game, people. Yeah. Southampton away is a must-win game. Because if we lose, if we get kicked out of another cup, big up Static, love my G. If we get kicked out of another cup before we play another Premier League game, heads drop. Must-win game. And we play FA Cup and Champions League before we kick another Premier League ball. Now, there is some saving grace that we play before Man City. We play on the 11th, they play on the 12th, I think. So we get the opportunity to put 12 points on the board for them to see as they walk out at Stamford Bridge. Now, if you are Chelsea, if you are the mighty, mighty Chelsea, big up to Brian. If you are the mighty Chelsea, if you lose this game, you're playing Conference League or Europa next season. Right? Because Man United are sailing. They just drew against Bournemouth. They got Leeds. I know there's tension there and it's a big rivalry, but they're beating Leeds. It's at Old Trafford. They're going to beat Leeds. I think that's a Monday night game. I think it's another Monday night game for Man United, right? Or Monday afternoon. It's on Monday. Everyone else plays the weekend. Now, if we beat Bournemouth and Chelsea gets something from the City game, they don't even have to win. If City drop 2 more points and we deal with Bournemouth, my percentage of winning the Premier League might go from 50% up to 60%. Because then that would be difficult for even him to fuck this up. And by him, I'm talking about Mikhail. Big up to Rob. Love, my friend. Hope you're good. Big up to Rob Future, man. Big you up, man. Big up to Static. Thank you for that, man. You go hand over from Wahaha, Group K. Yeah. Now, we go into Group K. Let me have a look at Group K. Colombia, we're probably not beating Colombia. We can get a draw there. Yeah. We're losing to Portugal with or without CR7. I think they're worse without CR7 because every ball has to go to him. They're very difficult. They're very not difficult. They're easier to defend against when CR7 is leading the line. Now, Bruno, every time he gets the ball, they have to hoof it. Now, we're not going to beat them still. They're going to beat us. We can beat Uzbekistan, goddammit. Get a draw with Colombia. Beat Uzbekistan. 4 points get you in the best third place playoff. So we could get a game of consequence, a game of jeopardy. And that will be another game that FIFA gets about $400 or $500 for me. That shit knockout game, that might be hell of expensive still. But I'm going to it. Every single game that the Reggae Boys play, I have to go. I'm not going to kid myself. I'm not going to lie to myself now and say I'm not going to do it. I'm standing on business and principle. I'm going. So they must. Oh, Jesus. Usually. But yeah, big up to Rob, man. Big you up, my G. If our defenders are actually injured, the backline of White, Mascara, Calafiori, and Skelly will hit different against the Saints and Sporting. White. He might have to start, Marley Salmon and shit. But then the midfield is tricky as well. Odegaard has a setback. He's in, he's out, he's fit, he's not. It's a deadline day. We're gonna push him to get back. We're pushing him really hard to get back for the final. Well, shit. If you were pushing him to get back for the final, he's had 2 more weeks. Maybe he should be good enough to come back and play against Southampton. All right, but there's no Ethan, there's no Eze. I don't want to see this guy Havertz in the 10 thing, man. It's not. It's Carrot Almighty, and I get PTSD from seeing Kai Havertz in the midfield when Fucking Arteta played him in the midfield against Villa in the title running, and we lost that game 2-0 and lost the league. Now we play him in midfield again, and we lose another trophy. So that's 2 trophies the Arteta, the Havertz in midfield experiments has cost us. One was the Premier League, and one was the Carabao. He was shit against Man City. If you're gonna play him, just play a 4-4-2, man. Just do the Unai Emery thing with lack of threat and Aubameyang. Can you do that, Mikhail? Can you coach a 4-4-2? Our B team is playing Colombia today. Due, that guy, Shirky, Lacroix should be interesting. I reckon. What time is that one coming up? I might watch some football today. You know, just for the hell of it, I might watch some football. Armenia is playing right now. France play at noon my time. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. Appreciate that, Mr. Cousteau. I'll check that out, man. Yeah, man, I got it. I'll check that out, man. Appreciate that, Boston. Love my G. I've seen people doing. People been going in on that. Not okay. Kai wasn't playing against a dead Ukraine. Again, Ukraine, and the man was anonymous. That brother is robbing a living off of us. Kai Havertz was made the highest paid player of Arsenal Football Club before he even kicked the ball for us. Whoever did that should be fired on just off general principle alone. And that they made that signing coming off the back of a title run-in 22-23. So if you're going to reward anyone with a big contract, it should be one of those guys that thrusted Arsenal into a title race that no one expected us to be in the first place. But that's not he did it. That might be why Edu, his ass, is at Forest and sacked. He's the Nico Harris of Premier League football. Big up. Yeah, man. 3 hours from now, I'm going to go check that out. But big up, people. It is about to be 9. I'm going to do Sunday morning breakfast with the wife at IHOP. IHOP, yeah? You man like IHOP, the International House of Pancakes? Yeah. Go there, get a veggie omelet. I'm going to go get me a steak, yeah? Steak and eggs, baby. Big ass steak, too. The size of your motherfucking back. That's what I'm running. I call Havertz have farts. Because every time I feel the sudden urge to pass gas, you know, oh my days. Donkey Kai, you know, the donkey. This year, all these men can change the narrative about them. They can force us to have to call them Premier League champions. Even Mikel Arteta, force us to have to call you a Premier League champion, my friend. That's the task at hand. And Odegaard, 4 games. Give us 4 games wins us the Premier League title if it's the next 4. 5 in general will win us the Premier League title. Give us 4. Can you give us 4 games, man? Come on. The April crumble approaches. Tactical withdrawals are impending doom. It's not looking good. What it is, the saving grace is that we're 9 points clear still. That could be 3 by the time we get to match week 33, 34. The hell with squeaky bum time. That point of the season is asshole glued shut. Nerves everywhere. And what do we do? Yeah. But big up to you, man. Manners and respect to every single one of you. Size of the catalysmic downfall. Honors and manners to the chat. Thank you all for being here. I don't take your time for granted. But I'm going to go get up on the steak and eggs, people. Like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time. We are gone.